Hey, One Tree Hill fans, thanks for being here. Welcome back. Hi to my new subscribers, my old subscribers, and everyone in between. Just got done listening to the podcast for season 2, episode 14, Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows. They had their guest star, Catherine Bayless, who played Erica March, the rival for president against Brooke. And there's a few things they did hit on that happen in this episode that are pretty wild, and I'm going to hit on them throughout my review. So let's get into it. Such an awkward moment when Lucas is there and here comes Deb and she has no idea that Dan asked Lucas to move in, and then he's like, oh, hey, guess what? Haley left Nathan. It's all happening, Deb. She's like, well, what happened? Ask him yourself when he moves back in. Oh, he said he's moving back? No, it's only a matter of time. It's like they're so happy about their son's devastation. It's gross. Okay, I should only say Dan might be happy about his son's devastation because Deb's not. But they definitely wanted this for Haley to leave Nathan, or Nathan to leave Haley. You know, even though they say it in this episode about comparing Chris to Nathan, I don't think it ever really made that connection on that level, because it's like, wow, you know, you're really right. I mean, there is some similarities there for sure, but like, you know, I know that she loves Nathan, and I agree with Peyton. She didn't leave Nathan for Chris. She wanted to try to make her music work. She did it for her, and I really do believe that. I always have believed that. Gotta feel for Nathan and his heartache, and Lucas is trying to help him, and he's like, nope, bye, get out of my face. Peyton's gonna have to get used to dating a high school dad. He can't just go out and hang out and have fun like all the other kids. He's got to get a job and take care of his little one. Nathan opening that beer in his class is just so funny to me, because I feel like that is just it's almost like extra for even bad boy Nathan. Like, I don't know, it's just so extra. Oh, I'm sorry, it's malt liquor, but he brought enough to share. Then calling his teacher a slut because she dressed in a miniskirt. Yikes. Oh my god. Lucas going into the cafe asking Andy if he's seen, where's his mom, and Karen comes out. She's like, Lucas, and Andy's like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of the way of the firing zone here. I like that Karen knows that, like, something, like, she's like, what does Dan have on you? But it's kind of like what Lucas gave Dan to have over him. But he's, like, trying to protect his mom, but he's still hurting her, which is crazy. And then she's all like, it's $2 for this soda. Oh my god, Dan is so evil with Jules. Like, he's just like, hey, you either break his heart or you go through the wedding, and you'll know that I can tell him at any time. It's like, Paul is so good at this role. He does evil so well. Oh my god, I don't care. I love when Nathan just knocks the hell out of Dan. I mean, they are so condescending and dismissive about his marriage to Haley. And they're just, I mean, I don't know, Dan mainly, but they act like almost teenagers about it. I get where they're coming from a little bit, but it's like, he so deserved that. Not just for that, but for like so many things. But it's like, I love that part. Yeah, and of course, leave it to Dan to get hit, bleeding from the mouth, and still make a smart-ass remark like, oh, good to see there's still a man in there. Nice hit. It's like, Dan is so, Okay, the I slept with Brooke Davis, but I'm voting for Erica Marsh sticker, that is a low blow. That's like some Mean Girl shit. Erica Marsh definitely has her zingers, though. When Brooke says, oh, you're going down. Really? That sounds like more your style. Oh my god. Whitey offering to take care of Jenny for Jake. So cute. Love Whitey. Oh man. Like Nathan, like going, and he's like, oh, I wanted to see it for myself that you're living in my house, Lucas. And it's like, Lucas isn't telling people why he's there, but now here comes old Nathan. He's like, "You better watch your back. You ruined my life," which is so stupid. It's like, dude, now you're blaming Lucas for ruining your life. Erica not giving Brooke the class assembly schedule for the presidential stuff they're running for was just, she is good at the dirty politicking, as Brooke said. Okay, so the whole Andy going to Dan and basically telling him you need to let Lucas go, and of course Dan's like, this is none of your business, and he's like, well, you hurt the woman I love, so it is, and I tend to get what I want, just so you know. I always thought it was great, but at the same time I'm like, kid, you might be out of your depth here, because Dan's the devil. But then you see that look on Dan when Andy walks away, almost I don't think it's fear. I think it's concern, because and I think it's concern mainly because Dan is not used to being challenged from someone he doesn't know. Everybody that challenges him, he knows. He's got this. But he doesn't know Andy. So he doesn't know what Andy, or if he's capable of whatever he says he is. So it's I think that is why we see that look on Dan's face. Because I don't really think it's fear. I think it's okay, this is new. Aw, I love that Mal steps up to speak for Brooke, because they had their falling out, and that was just such a good moment, not only for because she needed someone to talk for her, but speak on her behalf, but because such a good moment for their friendship, reconciliation. Although I must say, I do think it's kind of interesting that Lucas didn't step up, considering they're becoming friends again and he's having feelings, so it does kind of surprise me. But of course this had to be the moment for Mouth, for their friendship. The way Whitey starts the clap after Mouth is done talking about Brooke. I love it. I like that Erica had a moment of radical honesty, and she's like, "Yeah, I have someone from the faculty talk for me, because I don't have a friend that would talk for me the way Mouth did for you." So it was a good moment of contrast for Brooke to kind of see their differences. Because, I mean, that's what Erica said. Class president is who she is. It's all she is. It's what she is. And I think Brooke definitely got to be like, well, I do have more than that going on in my life. Poor Haley. She's having to it feels like women always have to do stuff like that. We just have to choose between what we want in ourselves and everybody else. It's so exhausting. And then, here comes Peyton trying to set boundaries or figure out what's going on between her and Jake, because it is a little confusing, I must say. Oh, and of course, Brooke won president. So again, more foreshadowing for her character, just her progression of her character. And I like that Erica and Brooke had that moment where they're they're cool with each other. They had that nice moment. And Erica's like, it's funny, you're scared of what's in this office and I'm scared of what's out there. Life. It's a funny thing, huh? I love that Andy is so adamant to want to help Karen with the whole Lucas living at Dan's house thing. It's very sweet. I do like that Jake and Peyton, have their moment of radical honesty, and he's finally like, yeah, I came back for you too. Oh my god, it's like Lucas and Nathan kind of had a Freaky Friday switched moments lives moment, because here we see, Karen's gone to the court looking for Lucas, and Nathan is there, and he just basically cries on her shoulder in a way, and he's just like, I love her, I told her it was over, what am I gonna do? And I'm so glad that it was Karen, because she's like, she'll do the right thing, you need to have faith. That is what Nathan needed to hear, because anybody else, I feel would have pushed him in the wrong direction. So I I really love that he also apologized to Karen that, I'm sorry my dad's a dick to you. And, it was a really beautiful moment between the two of them. Here comes Andy calling in some guy sitting outside the dealership talking about, I got a job for you. Very mafia-like. And then it's like Lucas and Dan are actually bonding, over like literature. And then Lucas is like, oh, I can come down to the dealership. It's like, what is happening? Yay for Brooke and Mouth reconciling their friendship. And here's Jake and Jenny with Peyton really playing house now. And as if to further what Karen said about Nathan, needing to keep the faith, Peyton drew the picture of the two hands with the wedding band saying sometimes they come back. I love that. Go Peyton. Just sliding it under the door, being all sly, because Peyton doesn't like to show people her art sometimes. And of course it prompts Nathan to call Haley. He gets her voicemail. Oh man. This episode is good. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.